A phishing email lands in your inbox, and something about it feels off before you've even finished the first sentence. One word, on its own, quietly rings an alarm. A spam filter can work almost the same way, not by understanding the message as a whole, but by treating it as a pile of individual clues, scoring each one completely on its own. Follow just one clue and you'll see how a filter built entirely out of separate little judgments can still land remarkably good verdicts. Start with a single clue, the way the filter actually sees it, one word, judged entirely alone. Take the word free. Look back across thousands of old emails and it shows up constantly in the spam pile, rarely in the everyday one. So on its own, seeing free nudges suspicion up a little. Take another word, meeting. It shows up constantly in ordinary mail and almost never in spam, so on its own, it nudges suspicion back down. Every word in the message gets this exact same treatment. One at a time, how suspicious does this word look, all by itself, ignoring everything else in the email. None of these little judgments know about each other. Free doesn't know, meeting is also in the message. Each clue is scored in total isolation, then set aside until every word has had its turn. But a pile of separate little judgments isn't a verdict yet. How does that actually turn into one decision? Simple, add them up. Every word's suspicion score gets summed straight into one running total. No bending, no curve, just addition, clue after clue after clue. That's a very different move from a filter that draws a curve through its inputs. This one never learns how words interact with each other at all. It just assumes every clue is completely independent of every other clue and adds their evidence as if that were true. It usually isn't true. Free and winner tend to show up together, not by accident, but the assumption is naive. On purpose, cheap to compute, and in practice, the running total still lands on the right side of the line often enough to work. Push a little further, and there's real math underneath that add up the clues shortcut. Each word's score is really the logarithm of a conditional probability. How likely that exact word is to appear, given the email is spam, versus given it's ordinary, and probabilities that would normally multiply together become sums once you take their logs, which is the whole trick that makes just add them up. Mathematically exact, not just a convenient shortcut. Multiply 100 small probabilities directly, and the number collapses towards zero and the arithmetic breaks down. Sum their logs instead, and the running total stays stable. So the naive independence assumption isn't only a simplification for people to picture, it's what turns a fragile multiplication into a total. A machine can actually compute, reliably, word after word, however long the message gets. A phishing email that feels off before you finish reading it, and a filter that never reads it as one sentence at all, just a pile of independent clues, each scored alone, summed into one total, right often enough that assuming the clues never talk to each other turns out to be a shortcut, not a mistake.